Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, I welcome you all in today's session. My name is Shilpi Arora. I'm resource person and master trainer at SNTTC and resource person of AIF2. So once again, I'm here with the session with a new approach for all educators. And the topic is sustainability in daily life, making a difference. You must be wondering that is this session really for educators or for individuals? And we have been discussing this topic at length in school. So, no doubt we are all aware of what it requires for us to do, irrespective of whatever subject you have been taking. Right, so you have been incorporating Sustainable Development Goal, SDGs, the 17 goals, in one or the another way in your classrooms, in your activities, because we want to achieve those goals by 2030. So all of us are quite well aware of all 17 SDGs. And also we know that the vision of United Nations that started in 2015 to achieve these goals by 2030 to address the global challenges, it is really, really important to address, right? So, my only concern when I was thinking about this, because I myself is from the taking all these initiatives in the school, and I was wondering, do we take these topics or discuss these approaches only on the specific occasions, only on certain events that we have been doing, or we really feel that it should be a part and parcel of daily life? Right. So that thought triggered in me. And then I planned to take this session where I just thought that why not that instead of talking about SDGs, we should be talking about sustainability as a practice in everyone's life. And who can be better than teachers to address this challenge, because we are nobody than the great brand ambassador for our students. So we can make great influence in our children's life. We are the one who has got a great impact on children's thinking. So I just thought that if teachers not only talking about this topic occasionally, but making a practice in day-to-day life can bring the real change what we are looking forward to. So with this note, I will begin this topic. And once again, I'll request all of you to pull in with your ideas, with the practices you people are taking in your classroom, so that can be spread across all the teachers in different states, those who have joined the session. And I'll be really happy if we will be able to incorporate these practices, what you have been doing differently in every school, and we are able to achieve our goals. Right. So please stay with me connected throughout the session, talk about this, turn your videos on, be a part of it, and we will be looking forward for new ideas throughout. Right. Okay. This is, I'm sorry, I reached first slide. So let's talk about let's talk about what is sustainability. I don't think there is anyone who does not know what is sustainability, because as I said, that as a part of curriculum, also as a part of extracurricular activities, also as a part of our syllabus, also we have been talking this a lot. But just for just refreshing our mind over the use of what is sustainability, please understand that it is not only merely a speech or a talk. It is that a practice where we need to see that meeting our present needs, everyday's need, without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So such a difficult word. If I put it in a very simple way, we just need to understand that try to use the availabilities and the resources around you only for your needs and not for your greed, so that at least the future generations are able to use that properly, right? They have something left with that. So we need to be wise enough in the usage of our resources, our day-to-day practices, so that we are not exploiting these resources. That is the motive. Am I right? I hope this is, do we need to discuss that more at length, or anybody can pull in? Anyone who would like to give more idea about what is sustainability or these three pillars of sustainability? Anyone? What do you really understand by sustainability? Do you really practice these sustainable practices in our day-to-day life? Is it only environmental or it's going beyond that? The three pillars are right in front of you. I'll be very happy if you can please give your insight or your views over this. Anyone? Anyone? There are many teachers those who were there in my last webinar also, and they give quite a lot detailed input over this. And that was very helpful indeed for our all teachers or all colleagues, those who have joined. So anyone, Pooja ma'am, Tanu ma'am, any idea about sustainability? In a simple words, I'm talking about. I just want that instead of going these big words, sustainability, sustainable practices, or SDGs, like can we look forward for a simple meaning of this?
Shilpi ma'am, I think we could just.
Hello.
Acha.
Yes, Lata ma'am, please carry on.
I think somebody else is talking and you can give somebody else a chance.
Anyone else who would like to give the input?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
just
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Shubham sir.
sustainability, ma'am. Like we are developing with the saving resources for future.
Right, sir.
Yeah,
So,
like environmental sustainability is there. We are using environmental resources, but saving it for future generation also. Same way
so, do,
economical
so
and
do you
social.
think that
Like
are we
our
exploiting the resources currently?
yeah, when we are developing, but we are not thinking for the future generation. Just now, like forest deforestation is there. Like in
Correct.
Hyderabad also 400 acre that forest are cutting down to make IT park. But
Right.
these kind of developments are there, but we are not thinking for our future generation. So this is not sustainability. We are not
Correct.
doing sustainable development.
Correct. Sir, we all have been witnessing the change in climate. We have been seeing the change in so many things around us just because merely because our demands have increased much more
Increase.
than what can be sustained by our resources. Am I right?
Correct, ma'am.
Right, right. Shubham sir, you were also giving some views, please.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, whatever the resources available for us, use to them like that. So we can also use and also think for our future generation, next generation. Like that resource we have to use. That is a sustainability.
Very right, sir. Very right. But, sir, practically what happens? Do we really bother about our future generations? If we need it, we need it. The thought process has to be changed. If we are really worried about why the future generations, after a few years only, we are checking how the economy of every country is being affected, right? How the
Yes, ma'am.
environment is, how the environment, these climate changes are happening. So because of all that, what is happening? That we somewhere the change what we are expecting has not come into the practice just because either its outreach is not there or we are not taking it very, very sincerely. Right. So
Yes.
this
Yes.
this initiative, this webinar, see, this initiative has been taken up on a very large scale by different organizations, and they have been doing it. But how much impact has come on ground? That is very important. For that, I just thought, why not to make a small changes in our children's life and for ourselves, and making a aura or the ambience around where now this won't be thought as a something that is being taught, rather it will be a habit or a practice that will be seen. In my few slides, we are going to see that next, right? Latama, would you like to speak something?
Yes, ma'am. I think both we very largely talk about the environmental sustainability, especially in schools. We're talking about water, air, our life on that, and but we also need to put stress on our economic sustainability, like you've written here. and
Right.
also social sustainability. They are very, very important parts. And I think as a whole, this is what our SDGs are trying to tell us, and this is how we are going to move. We want to create a, economic and social cohesion in our society. If all our environment, our economic situations, and our social conditions are not cohesive, are not friendly, we are not able to protect our environment, our society, and our resources, the sustainability cycle does not complete itself. And I
Very
think that
right.
is why they are called as the three pillars. And that is, we would like you to talk about it a little more, and we will explore it more
Yeah,
as we go
sure.
along.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, ma'am, for giving your input. Rather, I have tried to bring it to the ground level, everyday practice, and we will not be talking about where we feel that what can I do as an individual? Yes, we can do a great that we will be talking, right? So a small activity here where I want all of you to share one eco-friendly habit you practice in your day-to-day life. One eco-friendly habit where you really think that, okay, I am doing this but keeping it in mind that it saves either environment, either it helps in any kind of sustainable practices.
Yes, ma'am. I would
Yes,
like to
sir.
share my
Shubham.
own experience.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, in our school, to our students, we are teaching them whenever you are going out of the class for assembly for any sport activities, just switch off the light and fans. It's your
Very
responsibility.
nice.
It's your duty. We are
Very.
teaching them. We are making a habit to our students.
So, sir, how do you to take it? This is what I want. See, why to talk about sustainability only in big speeches? It has to come on the ground in our classroom, in our students. It is just what we require is merely like a teacher to acknowledge that yes, it has been instilled in our students. So nice, sir. If every teacher would have been doing this, definitely we'll be playing our part to achieve sustainable practices. Anyone else who would like
Hello,
to?
ma'am. Hello,
Yes,
ma'am.
Priya,
Good evening,
ma'am.
ma'am. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Ma'am, we also teach students reduce food waste also.
Very right, ma'am. This
Yeah,
is
ma'am.
this is something you are teaching. You are teaching them that any kind of if you are trying to make them understand that food is not to be wasted, then
Yes, ma'am.
they will be contributing to save nature. They'll be contributing to this environmental
Yes, ma'am.
practices that are very eco-friendly. Very
Okay.
nice, sir. Very nice, ma'am. Anybody else?
Okay.
For
Yes,
you
ma'am.
in particular, right? Mm, ma'am, I think unmuted yourself. I cannot read your name. It is by the phone name. Can you please share your name first?
Ma'am, even
Hello, ma'am.
the RO waters and all which we are using,
Right.
the one water which is thrown out of the ROs and all, we can
So
use
are
that
you
for sweeping,
reusing the
etc.
RO water? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. The
Right.
water which is, kept, you can just collect it and use it for sweeping the floors or watering the plants. It can be reused. And that is also quite a sustainable choice rather than,
Yes.
just let it go
Yes.
waste.
Ma'am, don't you
And
think this is what is required? A conscious action against all these things, where we as a merely as a habit, what we do, we tend to ignore or avoid or have an attitude, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Right? Okay.
absolutely, Shilpi ma'am, even very, very small thing like we're teaching our children these days, and I think most of the schools are doing that we are telling them that not to carry foils, etc., in the tiffin and to switch to, napkins where they can be washed and cleaned and reused again and again.
So,
A
ma'am,
very small.
as do you think the teachers are supposed to every time remind, even if they are not doing it for like they
Yes, ma'am,
forget?
absolutely, ma'am. That
Yes.
is our job because if we don't create awareness among, and we don't actually have to remind them, ma'am, we have to use it ourselves. The
Yes.
moment we start modeling it for our children, they will
Right.
start following us. And we
So
don't
nice.
need to show it or tell them then. They just, because children are very sharp these days, they observe us and then they do everything likewise. And then they will go home and tell their parents also about it. And
Very right, ma'am. So all those 61 people, those who are there in the room, if they have been practicing, it's really appreciable. If they have somewhere forgotten all these things,
uh,
let's make it a habit that we are doing this, because those small actions that we are taking are not having the least importance. Rather, these small changes are going to make a bigger picture and bigger changes.
Sorry to say, ma'am, in my school, I am from IPS. So in
No.
my school, we have a compost pit, and from past 3 to 4 years, we are getting GSP award. So
Oh,
in the
great.
compost pit, we are preparing the manure from the waste things.
Great.
This is
So
the one
nice.
thing,
So,
and
ma'am, what is
another.
this award? Can you share with others so that others like are also inspired to achieve such things? This,
Sure, sure, why not?
right.
And another thing in our school, in all the washrooms, in this that flush, we are keeping a brick so that less water should be used in that case.
Okay. Again,
These
a
are the
nice
things.
initiative. That means you people are taking small things, taking care of the small things, taking care of these initiatives in the school. And those who are thinking about or listening about this will definitely make sure that they are adopting the similar things, or maybe they are going one step ahead to that. Thank you so much, Namrita, ma'am. It's really nice to hear
Most welcome,
about
ma'am.
all this. Right. So now coming to the effects of unsustainable practices, need not to talk about. All of us know very well that how the pollution is being increased, especially North India is witnessing too much of poor quality of air that is there. Right. So I remember when I was a child, there was no such thing. We used to talk about AQIs. Right. There was nothing about AQI. Me as a child. So does it now why this AQI has come into existence? Because earlier there was no such thing where the air quality has ever degraded. But now it is being doing. I remember like how it used to be really chilly winters during December and January. Nowadays the winters have shortened, and that is only for a few days. Right. So those who are of my age, or maybe I'm talking about 30, 35 years, 40 years back, people are witnessing these changes in climate that has come across. And why this has happened, this is all because as the population is increasing, our dependence on the resources is increasing. That is true. But simultaneously, our over demand over these resources because of the greed that has come up, because of all the requirement we have increased. All these things have put an impact over our natural resources, and when the natural resources or the nature will be affected, its effect will be visible to us. Ultimately, it's a cycle. We are going to be impacted by that. So simultaneously, social issues, yes, inequality. Some people are getting things in access, while some are there who are still deprived of even basic necessity things. Okay, lack of access to basic needs. This is what I was talking about. And when this happens, then this unsustainable consumption definitely, especially the petrol, diesel, these fossil fuels, ultimately they affect the country's economy too. Okay, we are not here to take up our sessions, classroom sessions. We are here to talk about how, as teachers, we can make a small differences, like Namrata ma'am shared, like sir shared, that how small things they have been doing in their classroom. Are we really doing it, or we are not forgetting it, and we are doing it 364 days in the year? Right. So our teachers, brand ambassador in the school, are teachers who can make a great impact for anything. If you decide, if you take a challenge to bring any type of outcome from the students, it can be achieved. It's only your determination that is required as teachers. So if you'll be determined, if you will be committed, if you will be promising yourself that, yes, I want to bring these changes, nobody can stop you. And it may or may not be a part of your curriculum. It may or may not be appreciated by other people in a different way, but somewhere it will be acknowledged by others because it's a day-to-day requirement. So teachers can play an important role in instilling sustainable habits in students, especially when it comes to environmental issues and promoting positive change. By using their influence within the classroom and community, teachers can encourage students and others to adopt more sustainable behaviors and lifestyle. Is there any doubt in that to any of us? Because we do believe in that. Do we really believe? I need a thumbs up from all of you if you really feel that, yes, whatever I say, my students follow. If I just put a stress on certain thing, my students listen to me. I can make those changes in my classroom. I can make that impact in my learning. Shubham sir, thank you so much for giving me thumbs up. Varalakshmi ma'am, thank you so much. See, trust in yourself. We are teachers. We are the most strong pillar of this community that is there, right? And we can definitely make these changes. So let's move ahead with an idea. Thank you so much, everyone, those who have given these thumbs up. This is what I was talking about. Coming to that, we know what are sustainable practices, and energy conservation is one of its demand that is there. Talk to the cities, those who are not getting continuous power supply. Talk to the people, those who are, thank you so much, Mana ma'am, Priya ma'am, those who have done this. Talk to the people, those who are really deprived of the facilities that are run on energy, right? The cities, those who are having 24/7 supply of in the light, they must be very happy, but there are many cities or there are many places where these problems come. And this is because the energy consumption is much more than what is being generated. So as a classroom, like sir said, that we tell students to turn off the lights and fans whenever they are going for some activity or they are going for some kind of games period, or maybe anywhere in the classroom, they do it. So I just found that what else can be done to remind that you cannot be, the teachers are very busy. They cannot be standing there and talking about that you need to turn off light before going. How do you instill that? Your ideas, please. Anyone who can just over small things that you can teach students that they get a habit of turning off lights and fans, or anyhow they can contribute in saving energy. Anyone else?
Allot the task to the class student leaders who can
Savita ma'am, very right. Ma'am,
Yes,
can
we can
can we
have
make even energy saver monitors for
yes,
saving
energy
energy,
saver.
right?
Yes,
That
same
is.
thing. Energy saver ambassadors, even we have in our school, ma'am,
So,
in
ma'am,
each
just
class.
a small word saying energy saver ambassador, they feel like so proud that they are going great thing. And that habit, they take it to home also. Does it happen?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
True.
right.
Very
So
true.
we are not celebrating this only on Earth Days or Environment Days or any special assembly that we are doing it. But those who are not doing it, please make sure that in the next class, whenever you go, try to allot these duty. Make a small, beautiful badge to them. Make them feel so proud that they are saving energy. Others will be automatically, it's a contagious thing. They are going to be inspired by that. And these kind of charts and can be displayed in the classroom. Why not over a small thing? A printout can be pasted over your switches, so that at least whenever they see these colorful things that are being pasted, they are going to turn it off. And nothing other than think, ma'am, teachers need to appreciate their efforts. The moment you say, well done, very good, and that works tremendously. It creates the
We
students.
also have, ma'am, Eco Club in our school.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yeah,
they
every
do take
school.
and post. There are posts given to students, so who look after all these things. Which class they take surprise rounds, and it is being checked. The best class, like the whole week,
So,
it
ma'am,
was observed that whenever
how
nobody,
often do they go? How often do they visit classes or conduct activities?
ma'am, once a week.
Once a week. Okay.
Yes.
So my only point, yeah, very right, ma'am. So good that they have been doing this. So my point was there that usually under the stress of work, under the stress of completion of syllabus and the exams coming and so many things, we tend to forget the smaller things, which I feel are much more important than our academics. Right? Instilling these small values will be taking them a long way. Academics is another side of the coin that is going to be contributing. That's absolutely true. But why to forget something which are not even assessed in the report cards? Right? So these small, see, we have been giving model making, we have been giving so many practices in our holidays homework, we have been designing beautiful things that we are doing it. But simultaneously, a small practice in the classroom, just appreciating the student, making these monitors, putting these placards or somewhere a small slips near that, they will keep on reminding that we need to take care. And slowly and gradually, every teacher would do that, and that will be spread around. Regarding saving water consumption, So this is one of a small story that is being like I read it on net, and this was really quite inspiring, that in Pune, this 7,000 school children are now empowered to save and conserve water. What have they been asked? That while going, why don't you empty your half-filled water bottle in the bucket or tub? Ma'am, talk to the people, those who are not having surplus water supply, right? And then even one drum of water, or one bucket of water means a lot for them. Moreover, it is not that we need water, this one, it is instilling the habits in our students. So this was quite inspiring. Anyone else who would like to share any inspiring story related to saving water? Or how have you been practicing in your school? Those who are eco club in charges, those who are regular class teachers, are taking such initiatives in the room, or celebrating events like Earth Day, Environment Day, Ozone Layer Day. So many things come up. See, everything is all connected, right? So how many of you take initiatives to save water? Or we tend to avoid because we are not supposed to grade these activities. We are all busy with other stuff in the classrooms. Then what is the fun taking SDGs activities if we are not going to tell our students about this? I'm pretty sure we have been doing it. We need to spread and have the better outreach for these things, right? Okay, so few ideas. Even I can share you that even in your washrooms, you can put a smaller slips on there that remember to turn off water taps that there. Fill the water bottle only that much what is required. Do not throw that away, right? So many plays and things that have been happening. Yes, we are doing it. Anybody else, like in my school, there was very nice Nukkad Natak, because instead of English plays on such things, Nukkad Nataks have got great impact over this. So now students remember, and some kind of funny mono actings over this, that a child is wasting water. For smaller children, they really enjoy these things, right? So these kind of initiatives can be taken. Anyone else who would like?
Silvi ma'am, I think, I really liked it in a school where I saw that they had a corner where they had, um, they had a corner in the school where they had boxes, and children could come and, give their extra books, stationery, and even clothes and
These are
toys, etc., and which could be, recycled and given to people. Even in school, if anybody wanted to pick it up and take it, could take it, and they would ultimately all collect it one day and go and give it up in charity. And that was a very nice way of instilling in children,
right.
the spirit of giving, and also how everything can be recycled, and somebody's waste could be, somebody's treasure. It's that kind of a thing.
Yeah, very right.
Ma'am, in our school also this year, during annual examiner, the day we announced the annual result, students were, they were told to bring their old books, deposit the old one, and take away any new book, any new book. So one book they gave, and then they took away any new book or the pencil box or stationery material or anything.
So
they were
as a replacement, did you give?
As a replacement. Yes.
Okay, so that's a motivation also for them to do it.
Yes.
Okay, that's a great idea. So, ma'am, this is what I was talking, that even I do not know how many of you have seen at the end, once the bell rings and the students run from the classroom, they even leave their good, like costly stationery in the classroom. Right. Okay. So, if they have misplaced that, and that is, so they do not, sometimes they do not value, they tear off the pages from their notebooks, right? So those saving paper, what we talk about with the big placards on many events that we celebrate, but in their classroom, they really don't worry about the pages they are really tearing off or misusing them anyhow. So such kind of things that has been practically not being seen has to be like checked by the teachers. Am I right? Like as teachers, we should check these things, because I think these values or these moral things are more important than our any of the subject. This is what my thoughts are. All right. Chandni ma'am, do you want to say something? Chandani ma'am? Sir? Is there anything you would like to speak? Anushka ma'am says using sprinklers for watering plants. Yes, that's true, ma'am. And if we are going to talk this in the classroom, students are definitely going to ask children to water remaining in the water of the bottle in the plants. Right, Anita ma'am? I'll read few more chats, those who have given their inputs here. School can save water by implementing water efficient fixtures. Yes, sir. Sir, in my school that is there. Right, auto off, that is there. Again, if some schools are not able to install those things, fixtures, our students should be taught about all these things. This is what our objective is. One more thing, what one of the teacher initially said, that students tend to waste food, right? Especially young children, they do not know, because the meal planning is not done either by them, or parents think that they are going to complete this, but they simply do not either eat lunch. If you have canteen, then also they buy much and waste food in the canteen that is there. It is only we need to teach them the value or the importance of food, how it is grown, how much time and the pain that is being taken to grow that food. Right? If they will be understanding in the early ages of their life, definitely they will be like quite hesitant in throwing away the food. Right? There are countries, there are places where tons of food every day is wasted. And if I'm not talking about the restaurants and all, at least we can teach our students that whatever lunch they are bringing in their lunch box, they should be in a habit of completing that task. I've seen young students just merely to have 10 minutes of play during the recess, they just don't eat the food and take it back home. Right? Okay. Canteens, I have already told that the schools, those who are having canteen, they just buy and they do not finish their own lunch that is there. We have to teach students and understand that we don't have to buy so many things that is unnecessarily. So, Anima, I'm very right. Okay, this is what the reduced word means in our 5 hours. But do we really, every child knows full form of these 5 hours, but are they really practicing? If you take them to shopping, if you ask them to buy 2 t-shirts, does a child ever says that, okay, no, right now one is enough for me? Right? They will be like insisting parents that, okay, I need one more. Fine. So these habits to be checked by the things only which are necessary for us, not why and why not to set examples in front of our own kids for ourselves. We should not be buying excess things, and if we will be in a habit, not for the sake that we cannot afford to buy, but for the practice that we do not need that, then why to buy? Right? So very right, Swanima ma'am. Thank you so much. So these 5 hours, what I was talking about, who is the one who doesn't know this? Everyone knows that we need to reduce, recycle, and all those things. But even I have seen here, I'll share one of my experience, that despite of the fact that India has banned single-use plastics, we see these small water bottles around. And if we need to take, if we have been given one drinking water bottle, we tend to take another also. Right? Okay. We have been saying that we need to reduce the use, but somewhere unconsciously, I'm not doing it, somebody is doing deliberately, but maybe somebody is not insisting the stress over these practices. It can be you, it can be me, it can be any child, it can be our own kids. We might be speaking in front of others, we might be speaking in any of the program, but are we really doing it? My question is that. My only question is that even I have seen people, those who say that we should not throw the garbage on road, but if somebody is not watching, we tend to throw that. Right? So where is that our moral gone for those things This is what is to be instilled as such a strong habit that we don't do it. Right? So recycling, yes, we would have been doing it. Segregating the waste, are we really doing it? Reducing the buying the content, are we really doing it? Saying no if I do not need something, refusing, am I really doing it? If I am doing it, the people around me will start practicing. Rather, what happens? Looking to others, if he is doing, she is doing, why not me? This tendency of takes us away from our those thoughts that are there. So can we be really developing these habits so strongly that we are supposed to become the brand ambassador of these practices for the people around us? So this was my motive. This is like even somebody said that how to go about transportation also. See, transportation, I don't expect the students, if they are driving, yes, definitely. Then the senior students, then they can always be coming together. We can be talking about that. We have been talking all about these things that are there. We are asking senior students to make models where they are analyzing or data, they are comparing the data about the carbon emissions of different modes or how it can impact those things. I'm in Delhi in particular. Who knows what we witnessed during October and November because of this air pollution. We are air pollution, and this is all because we have got so many automobiles in this city, and because of that we are breathing the AQIs in 400s. Right. So who to blame for that? I don't think it's only government. I don't think it is only the industry, those who are making such vehicles, despite of banning diesel vehicles and all for more than 10 years. This is going on past so many years. So the young children, those who are there, if you are going to talk about this in your classrooms on everyday basis practice, then it is going to make a change. We need to be optimistic and hopeful about that. Right. So this is few things. I was just saying that there are people, although there are many environmentalists. I stopped to share 1 minute. I'll share once again. Is my screen visible? Can somebody please confirm?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just 1 minute, just 1 minute. I missed my presentation. I was talking about two people, those who are randomly, I just found that their initiatives related to sustainable practices. 1 minute. So it is here. About Nayana Premnath. He is an architect graduate and is a well-known Instagram user who has been popularizing zero waste living. So by these social media also can be one of the platform where we can spread awareness across. Okay, this is she. She promotes minimal waste and maximizing existing resources, encouraging mindful consumption habits. So if they are doing it on social media, we have got so many students bonded with us. Why not we can make changes in our school itself? Mridula Joshidi runs on an online platform as a physical space that promote zero waste living and sustainable products, helping individuals transition towards a zero waste lifestyle. So if few people are doing it on social media, few are doing it in everyday practice, we as teachers are doing, then this will be like people all around us are going to learn through all these things, and we'll be able to make changes that is there. Right. So this was all about sustainable practices in our everyday life. Before I end up my session, I just want to hear your experiences. Anything what you feel at home, as an individual you have been practicing, in school you have been doing, or you can give certain new ideas to promote these things as a part of our promoting SDG goals towards the achievement of SDG goals by 2030. That will be really grateful. Anyone? The idea is to make sustainable choices every day. Okay, I just want to hear from you one more thing. Is this really required to be talked about? Is it really required to be talked about in schools with students or all around in our community? In any of the marriage or event, we see how much food is either wasted or how much disposable is being consumed, right? So do you think we need to be like very, like we need to be aware citizens?
Yes,
Know
we
this.
should be. Yes, ma'am, we should be. We should take, rather, I've seen now in the parties or in the functions, we are given a smaller water bottle, say
Yes.
100 ml, which we can finish. Not that a big bottle so that you can drink half and waste rest half.
Ma'am, even single-use plastic has to be like stopped completely. We need to say no to these things. I'll share you one of the incident. I think there is a lady in Gurgaon. She has like bought steel utensils in this North India, Delhi side, or maybe many other places. People have a tendency to do these bhandaras and all that is there, right? And all disposables are used in that. And whenever they do disposables, and that is obviously we are it's not eco-friendly, these are not environmental friendly. So that lady, she like gives this on either just for the sake of counting, does not even charge those rents because people donate their plates and utensils that are there. Okay, people take it and very nicely they return it to her. So this is something a very unique idea, she and that is being prevailing, and she's able to cater to more than 500 people. Right. So it is just to avoid use of disposables in one go. So that is also one of the idea to avoid that. We can ask students not to bring disposable items, not to use polybags, not to use aluminum foils in the classroom. We can put it on a display somewhere. Students have been doing. You can appreciate them. You can just reward them for these actions for anything. See, juniors, they are really excited to take up this thing. Middle wing, yes, they do come and share because they are the most sensitive stage where you can target upon them. Senior students also feel good if you appreciate them about that. Usually what we feel, the grown-up students, they don't bother much. They do, ma'am. So we need to talk about that. Anything else you would like to add on? That how we can have more sustainable practices in our day-to-day life.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, please.
This is Kumari Anjali. Actually, ma'am, I wanted to share one of my experience. Like, I was traveling in train very long back, and I saw two foreigners. They were also traveling in the same train. And
Yeah.
like, as we know that foreign countries, they are very neat and clean. We will not see any kind of garbage like in our India it is there. So what they were doing is they were eating something from the chips packet and something they are eating. So what they were doing, they were just collecting all the wrappers and they were keeping in their bags. Like
Yeah.
usually what we do when we are eating, we have seen like many peoples when they eat in train, they will just throw all the
Throw it
wrappers.
away on the floor.
Yes,
Right.
because no dustbin is there, but they were just collecting all the things and they were keeping in their bags so that wherever they will see the dustbin and they will throw.
So, ma'am, when this incident happened, do you remember how
Ma'am,
long?
this is around like 5 to 10 years back.
So
And
imagine if you were like inspired by that one small incident that happened maybe 5 or 10 years back, then that made a change in you. I don't think after that you ever would have thrown a wrapper on the floor, right?
yes, ma'am,
Right.
definitely. From
This
that
is,
day, I am collecting and keeping all the wrappers in my bag, and wherever I'm seeing the dustbin, I'm throwing there.
ma'am, thank you so much for concluding my session for today. This is what I wanted from all of you, those who have joined, that merely please don't speak and don't even think that we are not making a change in anybody's life. This is a routine talk. Rather, this is the most important talk. And if you set an example as a role model for your students, merely by observation, they are going to get this change. Right? So like Kumari ma'am says, she must not have even appreciated those foreigners in the train, But that learning has happened that so many years back, and she is still carrying that. That was my motive of this session, what I planned today. So here I conclude my session with a small
And ma'am, one more thing I would like to share.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
our school, we have roti bank also.
Roti bank, yes,
Roti
ma'am.
bank. We tell students to bring roti on like Fridays or the leftover food or whatever they're. If they are getting one tiffin, then they tell their mom to make one chapati extra or some with vegetable. So those packets are given to. There's a Robin Hood army. So
Okay.
provide that food. All the students bring, like majority of the students bring, and the food is provided to say underprivileged. That Robin Hood army collects the food from our school, from the students, and it is being distributed to the underprivileged or the poor people.
So nice, ma'am. So nice initiative. See, anyhow, it
I
is
also want to
only.
say something, ma'am.
Yeah, Priya, ma'am, sure.
Yeah, I have a 2.5 year baby, and he also know that waste things should throw in the dustbin.
The dustbin. You must have taught it to him, ma'am,
Yeah,
him or
I
her,
taught
right?
him. Yeah, I taught
Okay.
him.
So
And
nice of
he,
you, ma'am. If you are the charity begins from home, if you are teaching at home, you are going to check your
yes,
students
ma'am.
in school too. That
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there, right? So nice.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much for your input, ma'am. So as
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
said that I'm going to conclude my session here with a story. And minded, this story is very nice. Listen to me carefully. This story is all about one early morning. A young man was walking along the beach, and night before that, there had been a big storm. So on that storm, so many oysters from the sea, they reached to the seashore. And they were lying there. And once he was walking, he was stepping very carefully in between so that he is not stepping on those oyster and they should not die. Right. So once he walked around a kilometer or so, he just saw a very small child. He was picking one of the oyster and throwing back to the sea. And again, he was doing second to the second oyster, and he was doing. The young man stood by him, watching him very carefully. And then he asked that child, how will it matter? There are thousands and thousands of oysters, those who have reached to seashore. So what change it is going to make? Why are you doing so much of labor? Do you know what the child replied? The child replied to that young man, if not to all, I can make a change to this one, and to this one, and to this one. So to whatever number he was throwing, he said that if not to all oysters, I can make a difference. To only few, what I have been throwing them back to the water so that they can survive. And that change is brought by me. I expect all the teachers here, all the colleagues here, all the people, those who have joined here, from whatever stream you are into, for whatever classes are you teaching, if you do not look forward for a bigger picture at the end, at least play your part or play your role to those smaller extent, the bigger pictures will automatically one day fall at its place, right? So thank you so much. Do not think that we are not able to make any big change to our India. We will be making a change to our India if we are going to do our job honestly. By implementing these sustainable practices and integrating them into daily life, students can learn about environmental responsibility, develop a sense of stewardship, and contribute to a more sustainable future. So irrespective of the fact that you do not have any column to grade them over these things in their report card, I think these values or these learnings are equally important as their subjects. Thank you so much, everyone. Before I end up, I would like to see anyone who has any question from your end. I'm open to take your question answers, please. Anyone having any doubt? Tripti, ma'am? Yes, please. Or you may share anything. I'm okay.
Ma'am, I can.
Yes, please.
I can give one live example regarding the importance of electricity.
Right.
May I?
Yes, yes, please. Sure, ma'am. We'll be happy to hear.
Our apartment was lying vacant.
Apartment, ma'am, your voice is not that clear. I think ma'am has some connectivity issues. So anyone else who would like to speak something or has got any doubt over something, or before you leave, can you just write one thing in that chat box, that are you really going to take conscious efforts to make these practices existing in
Hello.
your workplace and at your home? Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, today my Wi-Fi is not working.
No
So I'm
problem.
connecting with my data. So that is why it is disconnected.
No
So I
problem,
was
ma'am. We
telling
can hear
that
you.
my apartment at Chandigarh was lying vacant. So
Mhm.
now 3 people are coming, and they were staying somewhere in Airport Road, where the internet connectivity is poor. Just because of that, they are shifting to our place and giving 8,000 per month extra for
Okay.
that, because whenever the light goes and they put on the data, the internet connectivity there they don't get, and they have some online work. That is why
Okay.
they are shifting to our place.
Okay, so that means
So
they are wisely
I'm just
investing money so that they can even conserve certain natural resources also, or maybe getting the better facilities, right? Ma'am is again disconnected, I suppose. So here I just want all of you that it is as we end our session, that please the takeaways are that make a conscious effort to take these practices with you to your classrooms. Thank you so much. Sir, it's over from my end. I'll stop
Yeah,
sharing.
I request you to kindly give a glimpse about our Train the Trainer program, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, sir. So those who have joined the session, I am a resource person and a master trainer at SNTTC, as I said earlier. And SNTTC is also providing a teacher TTT program, Train the Teacher course. And this course is for 1 month, where you are, if you are aspiring for to be a resource person, then you will be given classes and the practical, where you'll be learning how to conduct these webinars. It is one of the such great initiative that has changed my personality. I'm right in front of you. It can also help you to be a better teacher, or if you're looking forward for a resource person, why not? That can be achieved quite confidently. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So, my dear participants, thank you for being with us today. It's really wonderful to have you all who have been constantly interactive. So, that's the highlight of the day. And we would like to really appreciate the resource person, Mrs. Shilpi Arora, for such an interactive, insightful session as well. So, as you all know, our sessions are free of cost to join. However, if someone wants to grab a certificate, for the sake of documentation, you need to pay rupees 50 for the certificate. And you need to pay the amount to the following number: 9908925730. I have written it in the chat box: 9908925730. So you need to do a payment of rupees 50 to this particular number. You can use GPay, PhonePe, or Paytm, and kindly send a screenshot of your payment to the same number through WhatsApp. And along with that screenshot, send your name as well, whatever is your name, like as you want on the certificate. Okay, so within 24 hours, you people will be getting the certificate, generated certificate to the same WhatsApp number from where you have sent us the money. So that is all about grabbing a certificate. And the people who wish to enroll for the annual membership. So when you pay 50 rupees for each, what do we say, like webinar, what happens is for 50 certificates, because we have to document 50 certificates. For 50 certificates, it becomes around 2,500 or something. But in case you really wish to attend 50 sessions and document your certificates that you have attended for, you can take an annual membership, which is of just 999 rupees. And every year you have to what do we say, like renew your membership. That's how it is. So those who are wishing to have complete 50 webinars with us, you can enroll for your annual membership. Apart from that, our 11th batch, we were very successful in conducting 10 batches and also giving 66 resource persons to the society. And we are starting our 11th batch in the month of May, from 3rd May. We are going to start this. The people who wish to join the Train the Trainer course and become resource persons in future can contact us through the same number which we have given. For any queries, whether it is about TTT or annual subscription, you can call on the same number or text me on the same number. Thank you, one and all. Wishing to have you all. You have been very supportive all these days with us. Expecting the same support in the coming future also. Thank you, everyone. Have a good, wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Those who have joined, have
And
a
the
nice
people who
weekend.
wish to stay informed about our webinars can join the group. I have shared the link of the webinar group. You can join the group. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Anita ma.
Yes, ma'am.